Come here. Emma, sit. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Sorry about that.
It's okay.
How's she doing?
She's doing good. We're just learning that you don't dart out the door just because the door opens.
She's bad. I forgot to tell you about that part.
I figured she was.
Well, she wants to dart out and go right to the left to the lizard. She's never...
Well, and I mean, that's the good news. If she did get out, she wouldn't go far.
Right.
She'd go after a lizard, but you would
We've
like...
got to get a name tag on her. We don't have one. If she got loose, she would still be running.
Well, and that's why we got to do a lot of the recall. What I was doing, what I like to teach my puppies right away, is to come right here on my porch, to come back into the house.
That's
in
a great
case
deal, 'cause
they
that's
ever
what
got out.
Sometimes if you open and crack the door, she's...
Yeah, and we're working on that. We're working on that the door opens, yes, that we can sit here and look at the doors open and I'm not going to run out the door.
I like that.
And then we're going to name what it is, yes, when we walk out the door. So whatever you want to tell her, so it's like we're giving her permission. You can go out the door now. She's like a little kid. I mean, I use exit. I know it's a weird word, but it's not, you're not ever going to use it anyplace else. And yes, you're not going to say it anyplace else. You're just, so that was how, yeah, that's how I came up with it for me.
That's a big change right there.
But then we've been also, I like to, let's go. Ellie, come. Yes. Good girl. Good girl. I like to practice lots with this with my puppies so that if I'm talking to somebody and they slip out the door, or, you know, if I'm carrying stuff in and out, I mean, lots of things can happen. They already know how to be called from the big distraction of the big great outdoors. And there's just nothing worse than your puppy getting out on the porch.
No.
And even though you're not real busy, it's busy enough.
And she ran, I chased her 2.5 blocks before.
Yeah,
Right down the middle of the
you're
street.
right at you're right at sunset, and yeah, it'd take her no time to get there.
Luckily, she likes the advice. As you put in some college students and stopped wagging her tail and they grabbed her for it.
Well, and that's the other great thing about doing the collar grab is that then anybody can grab her and it's not a negative thing. Yeah. Okay, let's go. Ellie. Ellie, come. Yay! Yay, 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 yay. And she's still needing a little bit of reinforcement. Get that turkey. Get all that turkey. We cooked a turkey last week instead of a chicken. Thought the tryptophan would make the dogs calm.
I think it does.
I don't know if it really works. In theory, it sounds great, doesn't it?
It does.
And I like turkey, so I mean, it worked out for both of us. I like turkey every now and then. But I like them to be calm around the door and not think that, yeah. And
So just every time I open the door, she doesn't move, she ever retreat?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I like to keep, you know, in training this, I like to keep a leash on just as a safety until she learns. She got so, and I filmed it, she could lay over there and I could open the door. And then I opened it for too long, and then we had to kind of start over, but then we got back to it. But she's doing great. I can tell you've been working with her, because she's definitely...
We should do more, but it's a busy
you know
time for my company.
Even 5 minutes is huge. The difference you'll see if you just commit to 5 minutes.
Well, every time I give her treats now, it's,
You ask for something.
yes, like you told me, she likes it. Even when I put her bowl down, because I don't feed her one at a time, because in the morning they're trying to.
Yeah, you don't.
But I make her lay down and then I put it down.
There you go. That's helpful. I mean,
And
anything.
then we give them treats after they eat.
Yes. This is I don't think we've done this one yet, the hand target. And it's just a nice one.
Which one's that?
A hand target, yes. Where, they're just gonna, sometimes like when you're out walking and you really can't get her to pay attention to you. And I mean, her nose is huge. So you're always gonna have an issue with that. Yes, once we get this behavior strong, a lot of times you can get them to do a hand target to come back to you and follow you.
Show them your hand, let us
yes. Yeah, it's just like when and you can have them target anything. I have like these target sticks that, yeah. Yes. She's like, what the heck is that? Well, that would be.
Yeah, she likes that. She's like,
yes. And I mean, this has a little base that you sit in, so you can like teach them to go across the room and touch it, and it would. I mean, doing the whole targeting thing. I know Ann just wants her to be a good dog, but she's a busy dog. This dog needs a job. And I mean, targeting that can go into pushing doors shut. It's just fun for the dog. It's just, that turkey. The turkey's falling apart. You need your nails done, girlie.
We just did it.
You need to go get a manicure.
2 weeks ago, I guess she's just growing.
She's at that point in her life where everything is growing fast.
She is.
And puppies just have to have their nails done a lot when they're this age.
It's good to go through it anyway. I've got a place that does a great job. I'm going to take her tomorrow. I'm supposed to get some blood work done for the spring. I'm going to call Happy. If she really wants me to go to the vet, I don't mind doing that. It doesn't matter to me.
Which vet does she want you to go to?
There's one by Costco on Richmond.
Get over there. Get on your back.
On Richmond, on the corner of Richmond and I guess that's Wesleyan. I've never noticed it before. She's right over there. Not the corner, maybe off the corner. She's real gentle and the dogs love her and she takes.
Well, and Happy would know.
Yeah, Happy does.
I mean, she's got, I don't, I only really have experience with my own vets and vets that I've used
We like
in
our
the past.
vet, but if Happy likes this one, she's going to be one of our vets. We still give her shots. We're not doing puppy shots. She didn't want to give any of those shots. Don't tell her. Yeah, we'd already done one series and we just finished what we were doing, basically. She hadn't had it.
My vet and I had a big long discussion about that the other day because my dog can't be vaccinated because she has a reaction to vaccinations. And so we do a titer to make sure that she's got everything, the antibiotics are in her to be able to fight off whatever. And we talked about that, and there's a lot of research out there because we've only been doing this now, not vaccinating so much for 10, 15 years. We've kind of gone the other way. We were like vaccinate.
She knew she had her first round of shots, and I just finished one other shot, I think it was, but it's the puppy, whatever they give puppies.
Well, what he said is the research is now December is coming back.
Okay, that's what we
and it's coming back in dogs that were vaccinated young, and I mean, this was the theory that I was kind of given years ago, and it's what I did with my last dogs, is they got vaccinated when they were young, and I never vaccinated them again, except for rabies. We didn't do any more vaccinations after that. And, I mean, the downside is you can't board them anywhere.
I know.
If you're not vaccinating them, but if you get a titer on them, if you get the titer results and you can prove the dog has the antibodies, then you can take them places and do stuff. but you have to, that's expensive.
This-
That's more than the shot. But when he said the distemper's coming back now, and it's in older dogs that were vaccinated young,
Wow, that's scary.
and that's scary that maybe the research, the new research, and it's only, I mean, how long have we really been vaccinating dogs? I'm thinking not that 50 years.
At least.
Probably not a lot, but beyond that.
No, yeah, you're probably, yeah.
I mean, probably about the 50, I don't know, I've never done any research to find out when they started, but I would think it's probably not much
I
more
don't
than.
remember my parents going with them all the time with the series of shots.
Now-
Now we're doing overboard kind of thing.
Well, of course, it's like everything, now we live in such concentrated areas that everything percolates and it is that much worse. But, I mean, and my vet's very good at giving you all the sides. He'll give you, he'll just tell you what his research showed. And he's very much alternative. He and Happy are friends, and he's very into alternative acupuncture. A lot, things no vaccinations. He'll do everything natural that he can, but it's just interesting. He has all the latest information out there, so I'm going to milk him for it and learn what I can.
I want this her to be really healthy, so whatever. Happy's a great vet, she seems to know.
And she does.
We didn't get her till after I'd already done the shot thing, but I was going to finish what we started.
It's fine.
It was a series of 2, but anyway, she's okay.
And I think they need that. And Grace had a reaction with her very first shot.
So she didn't have any problems.
Yeah, and most don't. But Grace did with her first shot, so we just decided at that point that we just weren't going to do anymore. Says, I really like turkey, Dad.
She liked turkey better than anything.
I really like turkey. I kind of cook it too much though, don't I? I kind of dry it out.
She seems to like whatever you did.
Dried out's good. Dried out's good.
So the things I need to work on this week.
It seems like the door is kind of an issue, and this, all of these things that we did here at the door is going to help your friend when he comes over. Because she's going to...
It's not just him, it's my sister and my brother.
Well, it'll be everybody because
she flies off the ground and
yeah, because she'll know what it is that you expect her to act like at the door, which is to lay on your mat, which is to sit calmly. And I mean, even you and Ann can practice, one of you coming in and because that will help her.
Let me come in and see what she does. Because your dogs, all the fleas are out in full force now, aren't they? Have you noticed?
We were talking about that. Sit. Good. Sit. Very nice. Very nice. Hey, Daddy, I can just sit here. Sit. Good job. Good job.
What's more?
Good job.
Good girl. When we get really good, we'll ring the doorbell and see what happens.
And I should have had a release word there. What is your release word? We need a release word that means that you can get up now.
Go? No, that's not. I never thought of
I
it.
use that's all.
That's all, folks.
That's kind of how I look at it.
That's all.
So you're having fleas too.
And I just treated her, we're doing it every month, but she's kind of in between. She's 40 pounds now, and they go to 45, and then they go to the larger size, so.
That's all. She goes, I'm going to lay down. I'm still working. I'm not done. We dropped something here. You're supposed to be picking this stuff up.
When Maggie gets out of the room, she'll.
Maggie will take care of that. That's all. Come on. And they kind of need, it's very helpful to the dog to know what the word is that means I can stop doing this thing that you have me doing.
Okay.
So there's a beginning and an end to it.
That's all, Ellen.
Otherwise, come on. Come on, that's all. So if they, getting them to do it's one thing, but we have to have an end so they know when to stop doing it. Otherwise, they start making their own rules, and when they make their own rules, we might not like them that much. And we probably won't, because they're probably going to make up stuff that really doesn't work for what it is that we want. This would be one that we really need her to stay there until, if you're bringing a whole bunch of people in, then you need to wait until they all get in.
Yeah, because I'd like her to be down and see people and not put her up after that for a while. But that would be, if they have a social function, it's good. I like to have her down some.
And she can learn how to be have good girl. And it's just whatever you reward. If the nice thing about the mat behavior is you can have them wherever in the house that she can be there, but she can be laying on
We
her
can put it in
mat.
our room and then tie this down the mat.
Yeah, you can have company and she can have a mat in, the living room, I guess that's what you call it. I don't know, you have so many of these rooms, I don't know which one's called what.
More than we don't know what to do. So we're going to have a party for the wedding, the engagement party, June 1st. For parties, we need the wedding, but for anything else, we don't.
Yeah, this is a lot of house for 2 people and 2 dogs.
We know, we weren't looking for this. She bought it out of an estate from, got a very good buy on it. We thought by now we'd have moved, but we've had fun with the family functions and stuff here, so at some point we'll downsize. We don't need it.
It's an awesome house.
We've enjoyed it. They just bought it when the market was down and the estate wanted to get out of it, so it was good.
Well, I guess now's a good time to,
If you want to sell now, except then you got paid a lot for whatever you do.
yeah,
We wouldn't mind going to a 1-story house, to tell you the truth.
that would be quite a switch from 4 stories.
I like the stairs. It's kind of hard on Ann's knees. Would you cover something to drink? I didn't offer you. Did you a bottle of water or
Water would be good.